Yo, yo. All right, man. You better know what you heard. This ain't just hype. This rock is red alert. Unfiltered and cut. Time to sound the alarm. Let's launch.
Red alert, red alert, red alert, yeah. Got the dirt on my soul, no grandstanding.
What's up, man? What up with it, people? We finna do a little chopping, you know what I mean? A little chopping game. Obviously, I am your host for the night. It's your boy EF Hutton, man. We're gonna keep it real, you know, EF Hutton top people. This how it go down. Um, let's start it off with the basics. Let's start it off with the basics. Um, I've been hearing a lot of blah blah blah, a little this, a little bit of that. Contract talk, contract talk. You know, everybody got something to say about the contract, contract. This is just people just, you know, I mean, either you either you know or you don't. Either you know or you don't. It don't matter about the contract, bro. It don't matter. It's just people just talking to be talking about something that don't matter. You understand what I'm saying? At this point, it don't matter about that contract. And it's almost like watching Jerry Jones and then saying, "Hey, I hate what Jerry Jones do," and then turn around and saying, "We're gonna do the exact same thing." Right? Everybody got this big Jerry Jones, you know, resentment thing going. Like, he always trying to hype up the team. They don't have to be talking all the time about this and about that, and blah 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 blah. But at the same time, we turn around and we talk about stuff that is so irrelevant. Do you really think at this point? Okay, okay. I'm gonna tell you what it's gonna be. This what I want y'all to do. I'm gonna put the link in the chat again. I'm gonna put the link in the chat. I want I want anybody who really think this contract situation is a big deal to just hit the link. If you think this contract situation is a big deal, hit the link. Hold on, let me see what they got going on. They got all kind of shit in the way over here. Well, I can't. Okay. Oh, okay. Now, if you think this contract situation is a big deal, hit the link. This is what we want to get to. At the end of the day, you can't believe the hype, bro. Don't believe the hype. I'm gonna drop it again. I don't know what happened with that one, but okay, we got a couple of them in there. Now, there's a couple of look. All right, I'm gonna do this two ways. I'm gonna do this two ways because for one, I don't really. I'm kind of just gonna do a little rant, but I'm gonna leave room, you know, for the YouTubeisms, just for the YouTubeisms, you know, isms and schisms. You know, every ism is a schism, but I'm gonna leave room for the YouTube answer. If you think, check, check, check. Do you think that the contract is going to affect the Rockets in a negative way? What if KD forces his way out of Houston because Raphael Stone is going to wait till later before he extends his contract? Could this cause turmoil in the Houston Rockets organization? Do you think that?
I don't mean to be rude. I had so many questions.
Do you think that Kevin Durant is gonna be a disgruntled superstar? We've seen Kevin Durant be um something, whatever the media said that he was, whenever he was that.
That's some dysfunctional shit.
Right? Right? So now they say contract, contract, and now we're supposed to believe that it's a problem in Houston. Really? Really? That's where we at? That's the level we on as fans? Child, please. Don't even bore me with that mess, bro. Don't even bore me with that. You want to talk to me about a contract of a dude that Raphael Stone was already, we already had this up since last year, bro. This shit been up since last year. Now it's up there, it's stuck there. It's up there and it's stuck there. You understand what I'm saying? This is not a situation where we're gonna look at it and be like, oh, you know, now Kevin Durant gonna do this and Kevin Durant gonna do that. That's just narrative driven bullshit, bro. That's just a bunch of narrative based bullshit. Is I'm not 2 minutes. Oh, yeah, I'm 2 minutes in. I'm 8 minutes in, so we can go ahead and get it popping. But look, this not what it is. This ain't what it is. Hide this right here, 'cause I don't need that. It's not a situation to where Kevin Durant is gonna cause a stink. He's not gonna be a nuisance in the locker room. You know, it's not gonna be a bunch of turmoil. He's not gonna be a bad teammate. That's just a bunch of media driven bullshit, bro. And everybody jumping on the bandwagon like it's something to really talk about. This is I'm gonna tell you what, I'm gonna tell you why. And I don't look, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I don't feel like I'm better than nobody. I'm just different. I'm just a weirdo. I'm just a weirdo like that. I'm not gonna get on here and be like, oh, Kevin Durant inside his contract. Let me repeat what everybody else is saying about it. That's not what I do. What I do is I say, after I internalize, after I think about it and I analyze it, I done thought about it for about 2 seconds. And I said, actually, I didn't even think about it enough to formulate my thought. But if I'm gonna formulate my thought live with y'all now for my core group who ifs with me, I'm gonna formulate my thought and show y'all how I do this. Because I didn't formulate a thought, but my thought would have been something like this. Maybe Raphael Stone and Kevin Durant is, just letting people say whatever they want to say because it's drawing, you know, it's bringing the media into talking conversation, and it's gonna be a little hype. That's gonna get us a little extra exposure. That would have been my first thought, conspiracy shit. Then my next thought would have been, um, do it really matter if he signed the contract now or later? Because maybe they're gonna see how Torrey Eason play, and Kevin Durant gonna be willing to work around that. My next thought would have been something like, um, you know what? I believe that Raphael Stone and Kevin Durant probably talked about what they was gonna do and how they was gonna do it at some point. And I mean, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm saying to myself like, okay, so let's look at it at face value. Kevin Durant won a max, super max, or whatever it is. I don't know. I don't know. I don't even care at this point. But maybe Kevin Durant has embraced the idea of hey, I'm the heel. People gonna talk about me and say whatever they want to say, and it's just gonna give me shit to clap back about. Cause we've seen these great players, kind of embrace the negative, the negative comments, or even generate negative comments to motivate them into being better. So maybe it's just like, okay, let them say whatever they're gonna say. All it's gonna do is make me go out here and bust ass this year. Uh, so these are just some things that I would have thought about. But what I never would have thought, let me tell you what I wouldn't have thought. I wouldn't have thought, hey, Kevin Durant is such an idiot that at this point in his life, he's gonna go to a team that gives him the best chance of winning the championship, where he can possibly be the bus driver. Bus driver's crazy. He could possibly be the bus driver, and I'm gonna get mad about $19 million. Or I'm gonna get mad about some odd $1 million that they can pay me under the table. I can get in endorsements if I win a championship. Oh, no taxes in Texas, by the way. So, I mean, I don't know if it's Texas and Arizona. I don't think it is, but I know it's no taxes in Texas. So they could have sent me somewhere where it's taxes, but I go to Texas where it's no taxes. I mean, Houston, the most popping city in the effing world right now. Houston is more popping than any other city in the world right now. Everybody wants to be in Houston. I'm in Houston. And if I'd have made it there a couple of months earlier, I might could have got with Megan Thee Stallion before Clay did. But okay, I'm in the most popping city in the world, but I'm gonna force my way out over a couple of $1 million. And I know I say couple of million like it's just pennies, um, pennies in the well. That's not the point. It's not the point that it's pennies in the well. It's that the point that he knew before he came here what the financial situation was and the economic situation. He saw how Raphael Stone was dealing. He seen this summer how Raphael Stone has been dealing, and he never said, "Hey man, I don't like how you dealing right now. Maybe I should hold off on going there. I don't like how you moving. Damn, you got Fred VanVleet to take 25 million? Maybe I shouldn't go there. I think Fred should have got 30 million, 32 million. If you made Fred take 25, I don't know if I want to be there." He didn't say that. So why didn't he say that? Because Kevin Durant ain't no idiot, bro. But everybody's jumping on the bandwagon of this topic about Kevin Durant wanting to, how he might put up some kind of stink about a contract. And then they tying it in with Torrey Eason's contract. All this contract talk to me is just a bunch of bloviating over nothing. It's just a bunch of bloviating over nothing. Torrey Eason contract is, to me, more important than Kevin Durant's contract. Period. Period. Tari Eason's contract is gonna be more of a um priority than Kevin Durant's contract. You don't think that's the case? You're wrong. You dead ass. Why do I say that? Why do I say that? The reason why I said it is because Kevin Durant's 2 years, 3 years, whatever, is going to dictate what we can do with Tari, but at the same time, what Tari does will dictate what we can do with KD. Which one is more important 3 years from now? KD or Tari? Kevin Durant is important for 2 years, bro. Kevin Durant is important for 2 years. Don't get it wrong. Don't get it wrong. No matter how good he is in year three, he's only important. And what let me take that back because I know people like to take my shit and say that if I don't say it the exact, precise, articulately way to say it, they'll take it as if you know, what I'm saying is incorrect. So I want to be articulatory as I could possibly be in case there is somebody who wants to take everything per se as a highlighted quote as a definition as if it is has to be factual or it is the actual factuals as I will say. Kevin Durant as the most important player on this team, 2 years. 2 years. Kevin Durant is only expected to be oh, no, take it off. Kevin Durant is only expected to be the most important player on this team for 2 years. How do you want better than that? Kevin Durant, maybe by the end of this year, won't be the most important person on this team. Um, Kevin Durant might have to play Robin on this team this year. Kevin Durant, I mean, you give him the leeway to say he's Kevin Durant. He's the best established. He's the most established scorer we got on our team. He's the most established player we got on our team. But, but is is he the the cog? Is he the main joint of the team? Is he the main joint of the team? So it's like when Kevin Durant was um in the Bay, he was still the best scorer on the team. But they still said he wasn't Batman on that team. He was the best scorer on that team. He was the best player on that. Well, I can't say player, but yeah, he was the best all around player on that team. But they still say he wasn't the Batman on that team. It's funny enough to me. Hold on, I got chat. Chat, how long, chat? I was. Let me see what you got going, chat. What's up? What's up, chat? What's up? W chat, WD, Gal, W Scope. What up with it? Cap, Scope say Cap. Listen, KD, KD was not. They say KD wasn't Batman on. They say KD wasn't Batman in Golden State. You saying it's a big deal about the contract, about the bag? You saying because his contract is a big deal or what? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know in the chat if you think that contract situation is a big deal or not. I don't. I'm not going for it. I'm not going for no contract big deal nonsense. I'm not falling for the contract shenanigans and trying to pit KD against the team like it's a some kind of fiasco going on in Houston. Like, okay, KD finna hold out because he's not getting the bag he want. Yeah, it's 19, 20 million or whatever it is. Who cares about that? They can pay him that shit under the table. That shit pennies to Tim and Fertitta. Yeah, I know. Look, Sco. Only Twitter say that he wasn't Batman on that team. No, they don't. It's more than Twitter. It's more than Twitter. The players say he wasn't Batman on that team because the players know that team could have won without him. I mean, I'm not saying the boy not cold. Listen, I'm not one of those people that be like KD ain't a good leader. I don't believe in it. I believe KD is a great leader. He lead by busting ass on the court. I believe KD lead by being in the gym, you know, shooting. I believe KD practicing his hezzy pull up, doing the same move over and over again with consistency. To me, that's leadership. I'm not one of those people who say KD is not a good leader or KD, you know, he he deserve an asterisk by his name because he went to Golden State and wasn't the bus driver. I'm not that. I'm not that. all I'm saying is, all I'm saying is that KD, as far as we know, people said when he was in the Bay that KD wasn't the bus driver. He wasn't the main. He wasn't Batman. Now, but that's a good thing though, Scope. Tell me this. Answer me this, Scope. If you can go to a team and be the best player and still not be the Batman, don't that make you more valuable? Don't that make you more valuable that you're not the main guy, but you still the best guy? That means I can let this guy shine. I can still shine brighter than everybody, and they can still give him all the credit, and I can still ball out. The only thing that made that situation bad was that the beef, the little beef between him and Draymond, where it was like Draymond was letting him know, like, hey, you not that boy over here. We got that dude already. I think that was but he's not gonna have that problem in Houston. We know that LP is gonna be Batman here in Houston. We know that at the end of the day, LP is Batman. You see what I'm saying? Now, maybe KD is Alfred. Maybe KD, maybe KD is Alfred, but we know that LP is Batman in Houston, even though he might not be the best player. KD might be the Incredible Hulk. He might be Iron Man. He might be Thor. He might be whatever. But that one guy that we no, 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 no. Don't get me wrong. He taught Steph to be an MVP, kind of like D Wade did. I can see that. I can see that. I can see that. I can see that. Look, I'm gonna drop the link again here in a minute. If you want to come up, you can come up and speak your mind. I'm gonna but look, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'm I'm here. Yes, KD is better than Shangoon. I'm not gonna say by a mile though, bro. I'm not gonna say by no mile. I'm not gonna say by no mile. Listen, let me tell you, if both players played the same amount of games in the year, KD is gonna score 6 to 7 more points than Alperen Sengun. Alperen Sengun is gonna get 5 to 6 more rebounds than KD. He's gonna probably have the same amount of blocks, but Alperen Sengun is probably gonna have 3 or 4 more assists than KD. My point is that overall, the structure of that team is based around what Alperen Sengun can be. Matter of fact, I'll tell you like this: if Alperen Sengun wasn't in Houston, KD coming to Houston was not going to make them a championship team. You understand what I'm saying?
Don't be alarmed.
If Alperen Sengun was not in Houston, KD just coming to Houston to play with Steven Adams and Clint Capella, that's not going to make them a championship team, bro. What makes the Houston Rockets a championship team now is that they got a bona fide center, a bona fide bucket in the post. Has KD ever played with an all-star center? Talk to me quick, but don't talk to me slick.
I don't mean to be rude. I had so many questions.
Has KD ever played with an all-star center? I'm gonna wait. The answer is no. What up? What up with the KLD? So the thing is that what makes KD coming to Houston important is that we got to have Shangon. Because even if we didn't have Amin, even if we didn't have and we just had Tari and we had Fred VanVleet, Tari, Jabari, and Alp, boom, that's still a good team. Now let's flip it. Let's say we don't got Fred, but we still got Reed Shepard, KD, Tari, Amin, Jabari, Alp. Anybody off this team could go. The one person that makes this team powerful with KD is Alperen Sengun. I don't care what. I don't care about none of that. I don't care about none of that. I don't care about no. I mean, don't get me wrong. Amin is my boy. Like I say, he on his way to being the second or third best player in the history of Houston Rockets. But as of right now, if KD cannot be a Robin on this team in 3 years, I don't know what nobody talking about contract information for. Because this year he might be Batman. By the end of the year, by the end of the year, 9 times out of 10, he gonna be Robin. He gonna be Robin by the end of the year. That's just the bottom line. It ain't no listen. It really ain't no. I mean, it's no real discussion here about the contract situation. If you're looking at the contract situation, it's no real discussion about number one, number two, who the number one, who the number two, all that stuff. Like to me, that's nothing. That's nothing. The only thing that Kate when people start talking about KD, whether or not he gonna, you know, get his contract, Stone holding out, KD making demands, all that stuff. That's a bunch of nonsense. That's a bunch of maybe they just doing it for the hype, just to get the hype up. But other than that, that's nothing. That's nothing. KD has to know. I don't care how delusional you are, bro. I don't care how delusional you are. You're not gonna be there thinking, hey man, shit, I might retire in 3, 4 years. I'm gonna be the best player on the team all 3 years when you see it's an all-star on the team right now. Do you think they're gonna do you think Houston Rockets are gonna prioritize KD over Alperen Sengun? I mean, this is a business. Think about it from a business aspect. You got a 22-year-old phenom, a 22-year-old phenom, a phenomenon, a center that can push the ball down the court, athletic, that can bang on people, block shots, pass the ball behind his back, behind his head, crossover, hezzy crossover, in and out dribble, sham guarding on people, rocking people to sleep, doing everything. He 22, stepped up in the playoff, fought like a warrior against Draymond Green. Lost, but you fought. Fought like a warrior. You are a fighter. Okay. You transform your defense. It took you 2 years to get your defense up. Now you in the top percentile on defense. You a monster on the rebound. Now you got a guy who coming in 3 years left on his life. 3 years left on his life. He can come in right now and he can be the best right now. But is he going to be the best next year? It's like they were saying about Brady. He gonna have to fall off a cliff sooner or later. And if he's the best player on this team, matter of fact, LeBron was trying to get Anthony Davis to be the best player on the team. LeBron trying to get Anthony Davis to be the best player on his team. We talking about you know, one of the top players in the world of all time saying, "Hey, look, I want Anthony Davis to be the best player on my team." So you mean to tell me that Kevin Durant going to go to Houston and going to be like, "Hey, nah, I want to be better than Alperen Sengun for 3, 4, 5 more years," and you think that's going to get you that's your best? that's that's your best bet? Right, right, right. You right, D. You right. Hey, Hey, look, that's what I'm saying. Is nah, you wrong, Buckmo. Nah, you can't say he not ready yet, bro. You can't say he not ready. I mean, he 22 years old. He not KD. He not KD. But let's keep it a bean. Let's keep it a bean, though. He's an all-star. He's 22. Kevin Durant is 15 years older than this man. Kevin Durant is 15 years older than this dude. Do you want to be better? Okay, 3 years from now, do you still want to be better than Alperen Sengun? Do you want Alperen Sengun to be better than you at some point? Do you? I mean, do you do you think that it's better at some kind of point for your young players to surpass you, and you just have to do one job? Or do I gotta do everything? Do I gotta carry this team, or is it somebody that's really on my level? See, back in the days, like when I used to, you know, anything, anything. I don't want to be the I mean, I want to feel like I'm the best, but I don't want to have to carry every time. Like, do you play video games? Anybody play video games? Like, if you got a team, let's say you playing Call of Duty. I'm an Apex player. I play Apex Legends. Let's say you got playing Call of Duty or you playing Apex, and you you mid, you mid. Now, if you let's say you like A minus, like an A minus, and you getting off your little 900 damage, your little 900 damage every game. Do you want to have to be the one that's carrying everybody, bro? If they trade LP for Giannis, I probably wouldn't be pissed because I would understand it if they have KD and you say, well, look, Giannis, KD, Fred VanVleet, they probably gonna have to trade LP and Fred VanVleet. So it's gonna be like give us a point guard, and it's gonna probably be like Reed Shepard, Amin. Now if they trade Alperen Sengun, Amin Thompson, both for Giannis, which I know they would never do that, I'm just stop watching basketball, bro. I'm just gonna stop watching basketball because that means somebody is just rigging the system so they can make whoever they want to be the champion. Because there's no reason you would trade your whole team when you got a team that can compete with anybody right now. Let's see what we got. We'll see what we got. Hey, Skull, my bad. I'm gonna drop this link for you one time in case you want to come up. The call lines is open. The call lines is open. And right now, let me see. I got my boy up here with me, man. KOD, man. What's up with it, KOD? What you got for me?
What's happening, man? What it do?
Chilling, man. Trying to keep it alive.
For y'all in the chat, this is the king, man. He took my name after I beat him in a debate. So I can't be addressed as king no more. But it is what it is. I see that you back on your bullshit again. LP is not the best player on this team. He ain't no damn Batman. He ain't a Robin on this team. He's like Jeffrey, whatever the Butler name was in Batman.
Yeah,
Now, he played an important role. You know what I'm saying?
that's
He
KD.
got he
That's
got
KD.
information.
Alfred. Pennyworth. That's
No. Alfred is LP. KD is Batman. Armin is a young Robin, but he might be on the side, on the side hustle when he ain't around Batman. He might be a young Spider-Man. We don't quite know yet. But he might be a superstar in his own right as opposed to being a sidekick. LP ain't the first or the second best player on his team. He is solidified as number 3. Like clear cut, he's the third best player on this team. I give him that. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Being a part of the big 3. He's an integral piece. He's an important piece. He ain't replaceable, and it don't gotta be Giannis to replace. Like let's keep it tall.
Nah, bro. Nah, bro. You killing me softly, bro. You killing me softly. Look, Al Shangoon is by far. I mean, look, like I said, right now, Kevin Durant is the best person on the team. But he was the best person on Golden State, but he wasn't Batman. And that's my point. My point
Uh,
is he could come here and be the best person and
I
still
think he
not be
was
Batman.
I think he was Batman. Right? Now, again, it's an echo, bro. I don't know if that's me.
That might be me. Let me see. Hey, chat. Is we echoing up here? Is it me or is it KLD? Let me know if we echoing. Put ones in the chat if we echoing. Put twos if we sound clear. Go ahead, KO.
Yeah, but so yeah, I think he was still Batman. The only thing is Steph again was his own superstar. So as opposed to being a sidekick, it was two superstars with two sidekicks, right? So you had Clay, who was probably a Robin. You had uh Draymond, who was probably an Alpha. But you had Batman and you had Spider-Man. You had Batman and you had Thor. You know what I'm saying? It was two legit superstars, number ones on the same roster. So yeah, he was still Batman. He was still the one that was gonna close the show. You dig what I'm saying? He was the mismatch every single night, no matter what. And so he comes to Houston still being that. LP with that $3 All-Star appearance that he got last year is not is not in the same category, cannot be mentioned in the same conversation. And at this point, Armin then bypass. Armin is a better player right now overall than LP. There are some things that LP does better than Armin. There's a lot of things that Armin does better than LP. But player for player, Armin is just a better player right now at this point. And I don't think he's going to relinquish that. So LP went from the number two best player last year, in my opinion, at least into the playoffs, to being solidified as the number three player on this roster this year. I don't think it's about choosing between LP and KD. You know what I'm saying? Because you're right. KD is 36, 37 years old. He really on his way out the league. LP's young. So it's not about one versus the other. But I don't think that there's no mistaking what the pecking order on this team is and what it's going to be moving forward. It's KD.
I don't mean to be rude. I had so many questions. I don't mean to be rude. I had so many questions.
Yeah, man.
Nah, man. Look, I don't know. I don't know if the echo's still in here or not, man. I'm trying to sort it out. I didn't know I had no echo. I didn't have that when you pulled up. So it might be if you got something open on your back end, or I mean, I maybe I got something open up here too. So I'm gonna close down some stuff over here on this other side. But look, here go the thing. Here go the main thing. Let's keep the main thing the main thing. Keep the main thing the main thing. Uh, what we know for a fact is KD can be the best player and not be Batman. Why is that important? Because what KD does is what KD does is salute to you, Rich Base. What KD does, it don't really require him to get all the shine. He's gonna get shine just based off of what he play. I think it's a compliment to KD to where people can say, hey, he wasn't even Batman, but he still was the best player. What I think people overlook is how unselfish KD really is. Because if it wasn't for the fact that Dre Mean was like, bitch, we don't need you and do. I don't think KD would have had no beef with just being, hey, Steph Batman, I'm just here to hoop. See, it's all the talk. People come with all the smoke about KD and they put all these narratives out there about him to tarnish his legacy. And KD really, look, I'm gonna shoot back. I shoot back fin for myself. Woo, 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 woo. See, but that was my whole point. Like people talking about the contracts out. People gonna be talking. KD he trying to stand out. He gonna hold out. Do all this and that. I don't believe none of that shit. I don't think none of that shit matter. I don't think his contract matter. No, none of that. I don't think it matter if KD is Batman this year and Robin next year. I don't to me, I think that if KD is Robin next year, that's good for him. Because why? I don't think KD should play as many games as LP. No way. I don't think he should play as many minutes or games as Alfred Şengün at all. So he should want to be Robin. He should want to be, if you say Robin, you say Robin is a little bit, it's a little bit disrespectful, then hey, maybe he can't win.
Now you being disrespectful.
Catwoman was a goon, though, dog. Catwoman was a goon. I mean, I'm
You
trying to
you
think of
being
somebody.
disrespect. You being disrespectful.
I'm trying to think of
I
somebody.
don't give a damn I don't care who the superstar woman is. To call KD a superstar woman is just
I'm
flat
trying to
out
find
disrespect.
somebody on Batman's same level that's higher than Robin, but was in the same comic book. That's all I'm trying to say. Like who else
Yeah,
was in
but you
that?
you gotta pick you gotta pick somebody from the DC universe. You can't go Catwoman on it, bro. That's disrespectful.
Well,
But
who was
again, my point is that even if you want to say that KD is a secondary superstar, he's not, you know, um, uh, 1A. 1A is still gonna be Amon. It ain't gonna be LP. LP ain't gonna be in that conversation.
child, man? You
That's the
crazy,
point that I'm making to you. LP's not gonna be in that conversation, fam.
crazy, bro.
And I respect LP. I got love for LP. I think he's a really good young player. You know what I'm saying? And he still got room to grow. But I think by and large, bro, I think majority of Houston Rocket fans see and understand what Armin is right now and what he has the potential to be, and LP's not on that level.
But how did?
Armin's ceiling
I don't.
is far higher than LP's ceiling, bro.
No, bro. I mean, it might be his ceiling might be. You know what? I can't say that. I really feel like they got an equal playing field. I feel like they're on the same level, bro. I feel like they're on the same level. I mean, but here's the thing. Armin's ceiling is higher because of his extreme amount of athleticism, but Alfred Şengün's extreme IQ and how advanced he is as far as between the ears and skill wise is so far ahead of Armin. Alfred
You
Şengün is
wild.
Alfred Şengün is so far ahead of Armin skill wise, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy, bro. I actually did. I don't know if you seen the videos I put up. But I actually did so much research on Alperen Şengün and I watched so much footage on Alperen Şengün over these past. The first video I did was Armin Thompson video. I don't know if you saw it. I did an Armin Thompson video. I didn't do a great job, but it's a decent video. Check it out. It's called Armin Thompson, um, the future something. Um, and it's a little short 4-minute video. It's tight. It's a good video, and I did some good film study on Armin Thompson. So don't get me wrong. As
Yeah,
far
but
as
you just said it wasn't no good.
no,
So
no,
you
I
so so you half stepped with Armin video, and then you went all out for LP video, and you think that's supposed to prove something to people who watch
no
both
this
videos?
no this what happened. This what happened. What happened was the software I was using was having trouble converting the video footage to where I can use it, and I was getting copyright stuff and whatever. So I had tapered down my expectations on what I put up on actual video for Armin. But I did go through all the footage and look around, and I just settled on one thing, and I settled on to me which was his best game. Okay, boom. I watched his all His overtime elite joints. I watched his rookie year. I watched his second year. You know, checking him out. Okay, boom. Highlights, whatever. Boy, good. He put it like this. He is even better than what I thought he was. Almond is even better than what I thought he was. And I said a few minutes ago, he's on his way to being the second or third best Houston Rocket ever. I just said that. So I already say he can be better than LP. That's a point. But as of right now, Alpha Shangoons is miles and miles ahead of Armin Thompson as far as skill wise and intelligence. Probably not intelligence wise, but just skill wise, it ain't even worth discussing right now, bro. It ain't
Yeah,
even
well,
worth
the
discussing.
good thing about it is you can live in that bubble, and nobody will ever have to burst it. You know what I'm saying? Like you can put all type of beams and stuff around it. You know what I'm saying? The dome around it. Like you can surround that bubble and make sure nobody can ever burst that bubble for you. And look, to each his own. But I don't see that. I don't believe that majority of Rocket fans see that or believe that. And so that just is what it is. I think Almond is immensely talented. His IQ, especially for this young of a player, who hasn't been in the league as long as LP, and his IQ is on par, if not higher than LP's. His defense, his rebounding, his ability to get to the rim, understanding his game and staying playing within his game. That's also, goes to IQ as well. That's basketball intelligence, maturity that he plays within himself. He don't try to do.
You
Now
know what?
y'all see how he try to sabotage my points with that bullshit. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, do your thing.
I don't mean to be rude. I had so many questions.
Hello. You said Armin's IQ is way better than LP IQ?
I
What
said it's
make you say
on
that?
par. I said it's on par, if not higher.
Okay. I give you that one. 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 But okay. We had the discussion about Al Shangoon's ball handling being like the second best on the team. I mean, you're not gonna give it to the boy yet? You still not
You
gonna give it to him?
you you had that discussion. I didn't have that discussion. That's not a real discussion. He doesn't have the second best ball handling. He turns the ball over too much to say he got the second best ball handling on the team. Like that's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous statement, bro.
I don't know. Okay, well, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Is passing a part of ball handling?
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess to a degree.
Who the better passer?
Between who?
Between Armin and LP?
That's tough. I think both of them is still lacking in that area. Um, that's tough. I guess if I gotta make a choice, I'd give it to LP at this point because I just seen more of it from him. He been on the team for 4 years, 5 years. Armin only been on the team for two, and we've had Armin for the most part not even playing that position where he gets to make decisions with the ball. Like he's been an off the ball guy, dunker spot guy. Like that's what he's been. So he don't have as many opportunities to show his passing chops as an LP. He's had his moments, and when he's had the moments to operate with the ball and stuff like that. You see some of his passes, the skip passes and stuff like that. But we've seen more out of LP in that respect. He's had more opportunities for it. So I'll give it, the edge to LP at this point.
I, you know what? I'll give you that. I'll give you that. I'll admit, Armin probably got a higher ceiling than Al Shangon, but I think that's only because I don't think Al Shangon is gonna be like no killer. What's his name? Jokic? No killer Jokic. I don't think he's gonna be that level of great. You know, I expect Al Shangon to be um maybe Patrick Ewing level great. You know,
Hell no,
not like Shaq Olajuwon great. He's gonna be like Patrick Ewing level great. At
bruh,
least, at least.
bruh, bruh,
Easy,
bruh.
easy,
Stop, stop.
easy, bro.
Patrick
Easy.
Ewing, Patrick Ewing had the New York Knicks contenders in the East when Jordan was there. Like that team was going to the Eastern Conference Finals multiple times. That team got to the NBA Finals with Patrick Ewing, and he ain't have no other superstar around him.
I mean,
LP is not no Patrick Ewing, man. You need to
Alfred,
see y'all. You disrespecting Hall of Famers in the name of Alperen Sengun, bro.
Alfred Shangon is better than Mark Gasol.
You call KD Catwoman, and now you saying that he's on par with Patrick Ewing. Like, stop the madness.
Alfred Shangon is better than Mark Gasol. And listen, let me clear. I didn't call KD Catwoman as feminine
Yes,
side.
you did. Yes,
I
you
was just
did.
saying that.
Yes, you
I was,
did.
I was just saying that that Catwoman was equal to Batman. That was my whole point. The Catwoman is equal to Batman. That she better than Robin. That was my point. But if you
How
want to,
how 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 was Catwoman equal to Batman, bro?
cause I mean, you watch. Did you watch Gotham? Catwoman was the goon. Catwoman was a goon, bro. She was a goon, and then she was kind of like an anti-hero type character,
I'm
to where
not.
she was
I'm,
doing
I'm
good
not. I'm
stuff,
not.
but she was also doing, you know what I mean? She was on the bad side, but she was doing good stuff at the same time. But you know what I'm saying is, if Al Pacino, okay, look, here's the thing. Okay, I wish I had somebody who was a little more versed in the, in the comic world, but because let's see. So you got Batman, and then you got Robin, but see, Robin don't. It ain't KD not a Robin. I mean, he could be a Robin and be a good Robin, but it would have to be like Batman and Robin the movie, to where Robin was up in age. It's not like
No, he
this
could be a
young.
Robin he could be a Robin if you had Giannis.
He could be a Robin to Al Pacino.
No, he
I
could never be a Robin Alperen Sengun.
don't know what
Ever,
if Al.
ever.
Hold on. If KD averages 27, 5 and 5, and Al Pacino averaged 25, 9 and 5, who Batman?
KD, because KD gonna be the one closing. That's you gonna put the ball in his hands in the last 3 minutes of a game. You gonna get a ball to KD. When you need a shot, when your team ain't scoring, you gonna get a ball to KD. He gonna be the best. He will never, and I mean never, be a Robin to LP.
Hey, they say is you got the echo, but you don't never have no echo. It's always usually me. You got something open in the background?
Nope.
Let me see. Let me see. I'm gonna check it again. Uh, okay, what it sound like now? Is it still?
It seems like it's coming and going with the echo because I don't hear it now, but I heard it earlier. Well, I heard a little bit, like hints of it.
Okay, but I'm gonna just keep going. But now look, if it's a little echo on there, you know what I'm saying? Hey, it just make us sound like Morgan Freeman. That's all. It just give it that Morgan Freeman effect. That's all we trying to do over here. Right? He was Batman for sure. You got the, you know, I don't know. I don't know. He was Batman in OKC, but then you even got to look at that in face value. He was Batman in OKC, and Russell Westbrook was. trying to take it from him because Russell Westbrook was just more aggressive. And he got to a point to where Russell Westbrook's energy was Batman, but KD's efficiency was Batman. And so that's kind of what I'm saying. I'm like, KD can be something to where his efficiency makes him great. Right. Right now, KD is Superman.
No, I think I
And
think
he's
I
like,
think Russ was I think Russ was Harley Quinn. What's the chick name on
Russ was Luke Cage, goddamn. Russ was Luke Cage. He was that boy. That was Destructicon, goddamn. But now look, okay, okay. If if Alpha, if I mean Alpha Shango gonna close, bro. He gonna close regardless. He gonna close regardless. And if he not in the game, that means the only way Alpha Shango is not gonna be in the game is if he's not hitting his free throws this year. But I expect Alpha Shango's game to go back to what his offensive game used to be before he started trying to book up and get stronger to play defense. I expect him to go back to old LP, hezzy guard LP, crossover LP, bang bang LP, get down there and bang on your LP. You see what I'm saying?
Not really, because you still gonna have turnover LP, bad shot LP, non-passing LP. Like you gonna still have that lost on defense LP. Again, bro,
Uh, I don't know. I don't know about it.
LP is not in the conversation of being a lead dog on this team, bro.
That's not
He
true,
just
bro.
not.
That's
He
not true,
just
bro.
not. He'll never be like you said. He ain't gonna be no joker. He'll never be a joker. He'll never be
Check.
a Embiid. He'll never be a Giannis. And those are the types of big men that you gotta have that can be a Batman on your team where you build around him, where everybody that comes in on your roster then slots in behind them. He will never be that.
Nah,
So
bro. That's
he's
not.
not in contention, not on a championship contending team. Now, if you're just talking about, a Charlotte Hornets or something like that, he could be a Batman over there to LaMelo, and I'm not sure that he would be a Batman with Melo on the team. But
But
that's the type of team he could be, a bat. You send him to Utah, he could be a Batman in Utah. I'm talking about a championship contending team, a team that has aspirations to go to the finals and win the finals. He not gonna be your lead dog. You ain't winning no championship with LP as your best player.
okay. So here's the thing: if LP is your is 1A and he is Paul Gasol, and Armin Thompson is your 1A and he is Scottie Pippen, I mean, ain't they gonna get you a championship?
If hold on, say it again.
If Alpha Shangoon is Paul Gasol and Armin is Scottie Pippen, ain't they gonna get you a championship?
No, no. You think that Paul Gasol could have won a championship with a defensive minded all around like type player, but neither one of them is a go to, is a legit number one, is a legit bucket getter.
But Paul was 20 and 10. Paul was
When he
20 and
got
10.
with Kobe, his numbers went up. The dude was averaging like 14, 15 points
Hey,
in
bro,
Memphis.
he was averaging 19 points and 10 rebounds, bro, in Memphis, bro.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
No, he wasn't.
Okay.
That's
You
how you
finna get
supposed to. That's how you supposed to shoot.
you
From
finna you
now
finna
on,
get
that's
you
how
finna
you
get
shoot.
shot. You
Google,
finna get
Google,
surprised when you look up that man numbers.
Google it. Google it. Google it. I know. I know what he was averaging. I don't even gotta look
Apparently
it.
not. You said he was averaging 19. No, he wasn't in Memphis. No, he wasn't. No, he was not.
What was he
His
averaging?
numbers went up once he got with Kobe. I told you he was around 14 to 15 points a game in
That was
Memphis,
his first year, bro.
bro.
18,
Just look at, just
18,
look at EF.
18.8. 18.8 and 8.6 rebounds, 3.1 assists. I'm looking at it right now. 19 points a game, 8.8 rebounds in
That was in
2000.
LA, bro. And I can't pull it up. I can't pull it up. I know if I do it on my
I'm
phone,
looking
it's
at
gonna kick
Memphis,
me
bro.
out.
I'm looking at Memphis in the playoffs. Memphis Grizzlies 21 and 7, 20 and 6, 20 and 6.8, 18, 5 and 5, 20 and 8, 20 and 9, 20 and
You
7.
looking at individual games, bro.
I'm looking at seasons, bro. I'm looking at his
Nah,
rookie year.
he wasn't even in Memphis that long.
His rookie year, he averaged 17.6 and 8.9 rebounds and set 2.7 assists. His rookie year. His next year, he averaged 19, 8, and 3. His third year, he averaged 17, 7.7, and 2.5. His 2004-05, he seventh, the same thing. He averaged the same thing. In 2005, 2006, he averaged 20 and 9. In 2020 and 9. And then he went to the Lakers. Then he went to the Lakers when we were supposed to get Paul Gasol and what's called it was supposed to get all that shit. You know how they did it. You know how they did it. That boy was averaging 20 and 9, bro. I'm telling you, he was averaging 20 and 9. And I'm saying,
Even if that's the case, even if that's the case, right? What did Memphis ever do with him being a lead dog?
well, they didn't have no. I mean,
Nah,
first of all,
don't say that. Yes, they did because that team was built on defense.
well, no, that's not what I'm saying. I ain't saying on defense. What I'm saying is they didn't have a coach that was versatile, which
Oh, so
that's what
you got
our
to have
problem is.
everything.
Got to have everything. You got to have everything
Nah, it
working.
ain't, bro. What did they do?
They didn't do nothing.
Take the excuses.
They
Take the
got to the
excuses.
playoffs.
Stick them in your back pocket.
They
What
got to
did
the
they
playoffs.
do with him being a lead dog?
They got to the playoffs.
Nothing. Nothing. That's right. But they was not a championship contending team, right?
Let's see. No, they wasn't a championship contending team.
Okay.
Um,
So since you want to make him Pau Gasol, which he ain't nowhere near as talented as Pau Gasol was.
child, please.
Yeah, child, please. Pau Gasol could shoot in the mid range. He could shoot extended. He could post up, rebound, block shots, pass the ball. He could do everything,
You do realize that right
and he
now,
was bigger.
you do realize that Al Pachinko averages more than Paul Gasol right now in his fourth year. You do realize
Yeah,
that, right?
like I said, he was never as talented as Pau Gasol.
He,
He's not as talented as Pau Gasol was.
they're about the same.
And player for player, anybody would tell you they'll take Pau Gasol over like young prime Pau Gasol, they'll take him over LP right now and twice on Sunday.
No,
That's a
sir.
fact.
I wouldn't.
Okay,
I
yeah,
wouldn't.
but you live in that bubble. And I'm telling you, people outside that bubble that you in will take Pau Gasol over LP.
Nah, nah,
Yeah,
nah.
yeah.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you what I know about Paul Gasol. Paul Gasol was commonly thought of as not being physical enough. Am I lying?
Yeah,
Am I
you
lying?
lying. He wasn't thought of that until he was in LA and they played Boston the first time.
That's
And
not
people
true.
called him soft.
That's not true.
And then he came back the next year. He came back the next year, much tougher, and they won the championship.
That's
That's
not
what you're
true.
talking about.
That was the narrative when he
Before
was
that,
in.
wasn't nobody considering Pau Gasol a soft player
Yes,
or
that was
not a
the
physical player.
narrative.
No, it didn't.
That was the whole narrative when he was in Memphis was that he was too soft and they couldn't get over him because he was too soft. That's why they
Not.
considered.
Oh my God! Stop it, EF.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Hey, look. I'm just doing the Lord's work, man. I'm just here to do the
No, you
Lord's work.
ain't. No, you ain't. You better
I'm just
stop
here to
playing
do
with
the
the Lord
Lord's
like
work.
that.
Paul Gasol was considered as not physical enough to be a big man when he was in Memphis. Oh, he liked to be too pretty. He liked to be too soft. He liked to shoot mid-range jumper, turn around jumper. He needed to get more physical. And it wasn't until he got to LA to where Kobe started getting in his ass to where he started to get more physical. But they still had to back him up with an Andrew Bynum, still had to back him up with a Lamar Odom to make him. Even then, he wasn't physical. That's why when they was in the Olympics, Kobe said, "Oh yeah, he finna come out on the screen. I'm gonna run through his chest." Boom, ran straight through his chest because he already knew the boy was soft. That's why when I saw Mark Gasol in the Spain game, and Spain was losing in the world game, I said, "Damn, his brother better than him because they was losing." And Mark Gasol came in and brought him back just by being physical because Paul was soft. Guess who not? Okay, this the bottom line. Bottom line is this. Is Al Pachingun more of a dog than Paul Gasol? Yes or no? And
Hell
I'm
no.
checking temperature. You out of there. You out of there.
That's some dysfunctional shit. That's some dysfunctional shit.
Hell no. Inmate called LP soft.
No.
Didn't he say he got to get that Euro out of his game?
Yeah.
We need him to be more fit. So his coach called him soft to the media. Knock
Yeah.
it off, bro. You trying to rewrite history, EL. That's what you
Because,
doing.
nah. But listen. Listen. I'm gonna tell you the truth, bro. Al Pachingun always been rah-rah, flexing, going hard, banging on niggas in the paint. And going to the goal, trying to get right to the rim, right to the cup. If you stop me, I'm gonna pivot, fade away, shoot the hook shot. I'm gonna do all that. That's Al Pachingun. I'm trying to get right up in your shit and bang on you. That's Al Pachingun. Paul Gasol always been. I want to be Tim Duncan. I want to shoot the mid range, pull up. I want to pull up mid
Yeah,
range.
that's called having a skill set. That's what that's called. It's called being talented.
Hey,
It's called
being,
being multi-dimensional,
being
versatile.
talented. Being talented is cross you over the 3-point line, dribble 2-3 dribbles, and then raise up like Giannis and bang on you. That's LP. 2-3 dribble this ball and go in there and bang on you like Giannis Antetokounmpo. That's LP. We ain't doing all
But
that.
he ain't no Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Hey, but he a damn sure try to be.
Yeah, that's a fact, Buck. Draymond bullied the hell out of his ass.
Draymond bullied him, but that's Draymond bullying people. But what Draymond said about him, that boy
Yeah,
war.
it's 6'7", 6'6",
Draymond
bullying
bully.
a dude that's 6'10", but he's supposed to be a dog. What kind of
Draymond bully.
dog?
Draymond bully a lot of people.
A chihuahua? I ain't never seen
Draymond,
him bully Embiid. I ain't never seen him bully Giannis. I ain't seen him bully Joker.
man, Giannis on them roids, man.
Man,
You know Giannis on them roids.
stop! Don't do that. Don't put that jacket on that man, bro.
Man, Giannis on them roids, man. You can't tell me that boy ain't on
Y'all
them
hear
roids.
this nigga hating on y'all? You ain't on Giannis like that, bro. Come on, man. Stop that.
It's on them roids, man. That boy that was skinny as shit. The next thing you know, that boy come out this bitch looking like Arnold
Oh
Schwarzenegger.
man.
Arnold
Wow.
Schwarzenegger. I ain't Jeff Teague though. They don't know me. I'm just a nobody, man. I can say what I want to say. I can I can say what I want to say. Ain't nobody gonna
Yeah,
hear
but you never know, man. That clip might go viral.
me.
You
Ain't nobody
never
gonna hear
know.
me, but about 1,000 people, probably tops. 1,000 people gonna hear me tops. So if it get back to y'all, this man, I know one of y'all niggas told on me, man. Y'all niggas fuck y'all. I'm gonna know one of y'all niggas snitched on me, man. Ain't but like 1,000 of y'all, man. I know every one of y'all, man. I know DJ, Work Mode, with bass. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I'm just saying they might clip that shit and put it out in the air, man.
So, you know what I mean?
You say
Hey,
somebody told on y'all.
yeah, I know all y'all, man. I know everybody's name, man. One of y'all told on me. And then what's so killing about it? I'm gonna tell you how you know. I'm gonna tell you how you know that Al Pachingun. Cause if a nigga say that Al Pachingun ain't Batman, that mean they is a Jordan fan.
Oh, this nigga here. That's funny. Hey, I'm gonna give you that one. I'm gonna give you that one. That's funny as hell. Yeah, that's funny.
Don't be
He was
alarmed.
a Jordan fan because he said Al Pachingun ain't Batman, bro.
Oh man, that's funny.
That's how you know, man. Only Jordan fan. Anytime somebody say Alpha Shango ain't the most important person on this team this year, they're a Jordan fan.
They're a Jordan fan. You a fool. Hey man, I like LP. I like where he at. And for the type of team that we got, to be able to have a low post presence where you got a slasher and Armin, you got a bucket getter shooter in KD. LP is that other perfect piece that fits in that give you some scoring in the paint. When people's jump shots ain't going, you can get a ball to LP and let them go to work depending on the matchup. Let them go to work down low and get you some fouls and get you some points in the paint to kind of get the offense going.
Right, right.
So I like LP. I like where he at. And everything that he gonna provide for the team. But I think we need to put to bed him being a Batman, him being the guy that the offense and the team needs to flow through. I don't
Man,
believe that. I think we really need to put that to rest, man. Let's not even put that type of pressure on him.
why not?
We have a legitimate go-to guy now.
But it's a go-to guy. That's not a backbone of your culture of your team, no, bro. The culture
Well,
of
now
your
the backbone and the culture of your team is defense,
team,
and that's where
that's
Armin comes in
Ime might
as
be
a
going
as a future defensive player of the year, first team all defense. For majority of his career, like that's what the backbone of your team is gonna be. And then now we just waiting on Armin to continue to improve his offensive game year by year by year. We saw a little bit of it last year where he was willing to take those mid-range shots, those little floaters and mid-range pull-ups, and he was hitting them at a good rate. Again, he had a higher field goal percentage than LP. He was better in the paint than LP.
but
Better
yet it's still
defender than
more
LP. And
important than
per
that.
36 minutes, he was a better rebounder than LP per 36.
I don't know about that. Like you fabricated that.
I ain't fabricating nothing. I'm giving you the facts.
It sound like you fabricated. You
So
fabricated the statistics, bro.
I'm not fabricating those statistics, bro.
Look. Okay, okay. Look, you said it right then. Armin Thompson needs to do something to get to the level that he can be relied on consistently, right? If if Armin Thompson need to do anything to get to the level where he can be relied on consistently, that lets you know that LP is ahead of him. Because Al Pashengo, all he got to do is just stay steady doing what he doing. Because we rely on him consistently right now to get to the number two seed. We relied on
Yeah,
LP
but
to
you
get
got
us there.
yeah, but we was also relying on Jalen, who led the team in scoring.
But that's what Kevin Durant come in at. That's what I'm
That's
saying.
right. So
Kevin,
he now takes, because in my opinion, Jalen was the best player on the team.
oh,
He wasn't the most consistent. He
okay,
wasn't the most consistent, but he was the
in the
best
chat.
player.
Hold on. Let me put this to the chat. I think we got 3-4 people in the chat. 3-4 people in the chat. I know it ain't a lot of y'all, but whoever in the chat, put ones in the chat if Jalen was the best player on the team. Put twos in the chat if Alpha Shangon was the best player on the team. Ones for Jalen, twos for LP. Go ahead.
Okay, so that's my opinion. Jalen was the best player on the team. He had the highest ceiling. When he went off, we won. Like so that's just what it was in my opinion. He was the best player. Led the team in scoring last year. So KD now takes the spot of Jalen. Just off of his resume, his skill set, he's the best player on the team. Period, hands down. if everything stays the same with everybody else on the roster from last year, and KD doesn't show up, we're gonna lose those games because that's how it was last year. When Jalen didn't show up, we lost. When Jalen showed up, we won. Like that's how it played out.
Hey, I'm starting to
So
think.
KD is gonna be that player. He's far more consistent than Jalen. So his scoring ability, his points are gonna be more consistent, which should if we healthy lead to us winning more games. Them games that we dropped to Charlotte in game one last year, we not doing that with KD. The game we lost to San Antonio, like it's certain games last year that we lost where we probably should have won 56, 57, 58 games,
True,
but we dropped some games that we probably should have won. So,
true.
but now you got to factor in Jalen was there for 82. KD
Facts,
probably gonna be there for 62. So
facts.
you got that dynamic as well. But at the end of the day, he's that guy. So if you think of natural progression and guys getting better, adding to their game, stuff like that, from year over year, at least until they plateau, from what I seen, from what most of us seen from Armin, his ability to his ability to affect a game, to affect the outcome of a game on both ends of the court, that he sits as the second best player on the team. It was people arguing last year that he was the best player on the team with Jalen and with Armin. I mean, with LP. There was people making arguments that Armin was the best player on the team last year. So natural progression, if he improves his game again this year, like he did last year, where that mid range is more consistent, along with his slashing ability, along with his defense, get steals, get out on the fast break, rebound. Like if he's bringing all of that to the forefront in year 3 of his career, he will clearly be the second best player on the team, and LP can slot right in at number 3, be our low post presence, give us some passing, give us some rebounding, give us some defense, and we'll be a team that is looking to compete for a title.
Look, man. You know what, bro? I can't teach y'all basketball, bro. I can't teach y'all basketball, man. But it's 3 players on our team that when they have the ball in their hand, I'm cool. You know what? We're gonna get to that. Hey, look, we're gonna get to that. It's
I'm finna have to get up in here, man, get on this clock, bro.
okay. It's 3 players on this team to where when they have the ball in their hand, I'm cool. One of them is Fred VanVleet, one of them is Aaron Holiday, and one of them is Albert Shango. Anybody else on this team when they got the ball in their hand, I'm worried about it.
Did you
They just
say Aaron Holiday?
yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my god. All right.
He
I'm gonna
can
be
dribble the
listening.
ball.
I'm gonna
He
be
can dribble.
listening. I think Bug Mo. Now I don't remember your choices, the one of the two.
He said one. He sided with you. I'm starting to think that what was his name? Universe Galaxy and his alter ego that was in the chat. I think that I think Bug Mo is you, bro.
How is he me? How is he me? What are you talking about?
I think
What are you
you and
talking
Bug
about?
Mo is the same person, bro.
But he was right. The all Jalen was the first option, and the offense ran through him. The problem with Jalen is that he was too inconsistent shooting the basketball or being aggressive. It's like if he had it going that night, then we was gonna win. The offense was gonna flow. He was gonna do his thug. If he was off that night, then he kind of shrinked into himself.
Hey,
He
do me
wasn't
one
as
favor before you
aggressive.
do me one favor before
He
you
didn't
go.
have his confidence wavered. Go ahead.
I don't mean to be rude. I have so many questions.
Hey, let me know. Give tell the people how you feel about this contract situation before you get off of here right quick. I'm gonna run ahead and grab me some ice. Just tell the people how you feel about the contract situation with Kevin Durant, Tari East, and whatever.
Well, I'm not abreast to all of the details on it. I kind of halfway seen um a headline or something about him possibly not getting an extension this year. If that's the truth, I think that's a mistake. I think for the Rockets, they need to go on ahead and try and lock up KD. Get him locked up for the next couple of years. Because at the end of the day, look, you gave away a couple of good solid players. They helped you get the number 2 seed in the West for KD. You know what I'm saying? And so you don't want you don't want it to be where you didn't gave up Jalen, where you had him for at least another 2 years. You had what's the name for at least another 2 or 3 years for a 1 year rental. And so what happens if you fall just short? What happens if you get to the Western Conference Finals, but you lose in 6, 7 games? And then KD can just walk out the door? Now what? You scrambling, trying to figure out how you gonna get another person to come in to give you 26, 27, 28 points a game when you had them in your building? Nah, I say you go on ahead, you lock up KD, you give him a 3+1 team option, player option, however you want to do it. You give him a 3+1. If you got to max him out at the number for that he can get at his age, go on ahead and do it, bro. Because if he perform, it don't work out, things go sour, you can probably trade him, away for other pieces and still keep your team intact. Like the rest of your roster is intact, it's gonna be intact. I'm not upset with them not being, super willing to give Tari an extension because Tari has been injured for like the last 2 or 3 years. Like consistently, he's been missing games, and so before you give him $100 million, you probably would like to see him get through a full season of being able to play 75, 80 games before you make that type of commitment. He'll be a restricted free agent next year, where you'll have the ability to match any offer that he get. So I'm not upset with that, but I do think that they need to try to come to some agreement with KD. I don't give a damn if it's a 1 year extension. Just don't have it to where the man could walk away next summer, because if you don't give him an extension, he's gonna feel slighted. Like he's gonna feel away. Like I can guarantee that. Now he could probably get over it by the end of next season. That's possible. But KD has shown that if he getting his feelings about something, he got no problem moving on. So I think they need to try and come to some type of agreement with him. Hopefully, this is just something that's in the air. People speculating, but I'm hoping that they can go and get something done with him, bro.
Hey man,
Shout out
appreciate
to
that.
you, man. Shout out to the chat. If you keep cooking, I'm gonna be listening. And no, I'm not Bug Mo. Shout out to you, Bug Mo.
Shout out to KLD, man. Hey, look,
All
one
right.
of the most efficient, man. You know what I'm saying? Come through. You know what I mean? Stand up cash, man, on this whole little platform situation, man. I appreciate KLD, man. He keep it a bean. We always all about fun, crack a lot of jokes up here, man. You know what I mean? But yeah. No, so here's my thing. While I agree with him that if it comes down to the point to where they feel like they he might walk on them or whatever, you don't want to let him go. But it all this ties into my initial thought process, bro. Is that I don't think it's even a situation to where he took that he wanted to come here and he didn't understand what the dynamics of the organization was. Like when people jump on these platforms and they saying, "Oh, he might hold that, he might walk, he might do this, he might do that." I think all that was already discussed. His agent know, Stone know, they done told him up front. Everybody know what's going on. And past this what I'm saying. Past 2, 3 years, he's not that valuable, bro. In 3 years, he's not that valuable because if Alper Şengün is 22, and by all metrics of what he said about Armin Thompson, Armin is supposed to be better than Alper Şengün. Well, Alper Şengün averages 20 points a game, 21 points a game. His stats are going up. I expect Alper Şengün to average 23, 24 points this year. 25 if he's just balling out of control. So I expect Armin to average 17, 18, 19, 20. I booked him at 17. If I book him at 17 and he gets to 20, that's exceptional. But if Armin is going to be better than Alper Şengün, well, guess what he has to do? He has to score 23 and 10. He had to score 22, 23, and 10 because Alper Şengün is going to score 23 and 10. You can book it. Alper Şengün for 23 and 10 this year. So how does Alman get better than Alper Şengün? 23 and 10, 2 and 2. 20, 10, 2 and 2. If Alman Thompson 20, 10, 5, 2 and 2. That makes him better than Alper Şengün. So if you're not busting out with the 20, 10, and 5, you're not gonna be better than LP, bro. Because Alper Şengün is gonna put up 23 and 10 this year. Book it. Book it. Find your booking joint. Find your joint and book it. 23 and 10. That's Alper Şengün's numbers this year. Not exactly what, Bugmo. It don't. You trying to say that it don't? It's not going to take Armin to exceed Alper Şengün? 18, 9, and 5, 2 steals, and 1.3 blocks. Armin is better. How is he better if the stats don't show it? Because Alper Şengün is flip. He flipped that. Alper Şengün is gonna flip that. I mean, he flipped that this year. Alper Şengün scored 19, 10, 19, 10, 4, 1.5, and 1.7 or something like that. So Alper Şengün did that this year. What you saying Armin need to do? The only thing is Armin just look more athletic when he does it. And that's my problem is that people are saying, like he said, people were saying that Armin was the best player on the team this year. I might have been one of those people, but I was speaking in hyperbole. I was saying, hey, look, Armin is the best player, but he's not the best player, bro. He's not the best dribbler. He's not the best shooter. He's not the best passer. He's the best runner and jumper. If running and jumping and if this was hurdles, he's the best. He the best at hurdles on the team. Easy. Easy. It's nobody better at hurdles on the team than Armin Thompson right now. Intangibles. I mean, if you talk about intangibles, bro, I got to get that to like stuff you can't teach. That's intangibles, right? Like stuff you can't teach. I got to get that to like Tar. I have to get that to like Tar. And I mean, yeah, maybe Armin is better at intangibles, um, like leadership and just tenacity and um instinctively knowing how to make yourself be better even when you don't have the exact skill level to do that. Now That makes a big difference. Let me tell you something. That being the best defensive perimeter player in the league does make you it does weigh a lot. But you can't say that because Alperen Sengun was top. I want to say he was top 10 in defense this year. He was top 10 in rebounds this year. Um, I mean defense in interior defense. He was up there. I'm not sure if he was top 10, but he was up there. I checked out his PER earlier, and he was definitely top 10 in rebounds this year. So you know, Alperen Sengun is not a slouch defensively, bro. His pick and roll defense, it it was up a lot. His pick and roll defense was up a lot. I don't have the stats up right now. I'm not really finna go to it, but Albert Shango made monumental strides from where he was 2 years ago to where he is now. And he really, we talk about Dylan Brooks being the anchor of the defense and all that stuff. People be saying like, nah, Albert Shango was the anchor of the defense. Albert Shango was the one who was giving 100% effort, even though he wasn't the best person. He was giving 100% effort. So that's craziness. That's craziness. Alper Sengun, overall, overall, look, this is what I'm telling y'all. I don't think Kevin Durant is worried about no contract, bro. Like people saying that he might hold out and all this, right? People saying he might hold out and all this and that. I don't think that's a fact. I think that's just Jerry Jones in it. That's just Jerry Jones in it up. That's hamming it up. You just hamming. You just hamming for the sake of content. Oh, what if Kevin Durant hold out and he do this and he do that's ham. It's all ham. None of that's gonna happen. Kevin Durant knew what he was getting into when he came here. I'm pretty sure he knows the amount of young players we got on the team, and he knows that if somebody is movable for an upgrade, they're gonna move them. If it's not movable for upgrade, then guess what that means? That means you got to play on the team with that person, bro. And we're not just gonna give no Tari Eason away because we want to keep Kevin Durant. We're not finna. What does it benefit Kevin Durant to be on the team if you're giving up all the defensive players away to keep him? It's just turning our team into Phoenix, bro. It's turning our team into Phoenix. They had Mikal Bridges, and they had to give him away to keep Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal and all them players. We're not doing that over here in Houston, bro. I like Kevin Durant. I like Kevin Durant. Well, let me say this. I like Kevin Durant's contribution to a basketball team. I even cut for his personality and the way he go about dealing with stuff. I like the trolling. I like the attitude. I like the basketball first mentality. I'm smoked out. I'm chilling. You know what I mean? I'm gonna smoke my weed or whatever it is he do. You know, allegedly whatever. And I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna blow my head back. I'm gonna go out here. I'm gonna hoop. I'm gonna let y'all boys know what it is, and then I'm gonna ball. I like that. I don't got no problem with that. He don't have to be no vocal leader. He don't have to rah rah run around the court thumping his chest and none of that. Dunk on somebody, flex one time, run back down the court, go back there and play some defense. Come down, hit a jumper, don't do nothing extra, run back down the court, look like you sleepy. I'm cool with that. But what I'm not cool with is saying 3 years from now, 3 years from now, he's going to be making more than Alperen Sengun, and he's going to have a bigger burden than Alperen Sengun. If Alperen Sengun is on my team, if Alperen Sengun is on my team in 3 years, and Kevin Durant is on my team in 3 years, I know who better have the bigger burden. I bet you it better be the 25-year-old, not the 40-year-old. I bet you that. Do you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying, Buckmo? It's not even about it's not even about who I think is the more impactful at a point. It's about the fact that you might can be the most impactful person on the team, but this person can be as impactful as you, and he should be as impactful as you. He should be doing what you're doing. And if he's not, Like if Albert Shango averaged 23 this year and Kevin Durant averaged 27 this year, and Albert Shango averaged 9 rebounds and Kevin Durant averaged 6 rebounds, I don't need Kevin Durant crying to me about a contract 3 years from now. Exactly. Exactly. So why is it that I think Kevin Durant is going to be so important for me that I'm going to stump my whole team and make a whole big deal for something that's going to be gone in 3 years? I'm gonna tell you what that's like saying. That's like saying you got a baddie. She one of them ones. She one of them ones. But uh her baby daddy getting out of jail in 3 years. and she like hey, let's go get a let's go get a let's go get a 4 acres of land and build a house on it. Let's go get 4 acres of land and build a house on it. And you like, yeah, with your baby daddy finna get out in a couple years, then I think it don't make sense just to buy a house when you and him probably finna. You see what I'm saying? It just don't make no sense. It don't make no sense when you already know what's in the future. And if he ain't retired in 3 years, if he turns into a Ray Allen, this is my thing. If Kevin Durant turns into Ray Allen in 3 years, to where you know what, I don't want to retire, but I'm willing to take a nice now. Let me say this: if it comes to a point to where Kevin Durant says, "Hey, go ahead and give me my max," and when I get older, when my 3 years is up, I'll take the mid level and come off the bench. Now we talking. Now we talking. Now I'm cutting the check. Now see that? But those are the kind of conversations I assume Stone is having. I assume Raphael Stone is having those conversations. Hey, look, we can give you this max, but we don't want to be left high and dry in 3 years. If you still can play in 3 years, would you be willing to take the mid level and just be our 3 point, 3 point specialist? Oh, your 2 year extension? Okay. So hey, look, we're gonna extend you for 2 years. Would you come back and just be our Ray Allen? Would you be our 3 point specialist? Ray Allen in Miami. Would you come in and be there for us? Take a nice, $12 million mid level or some shit like that. Maybe 20 million dollars a year, $25 million a year. You know, a moderate contract when you get 40. Would you do that? Then if he say yeah, boom, okay, yeah, I give you the money. I give you the money. But if he like, man, I'm still trying to get my bag and like now I'm not well versed in how contract goes and how contracts go. Um Usually, LC Kid, he up here, he usually know more about the contract. So if LC Kid hear this stream, he can look into it and let me know exactly what the contract situation be. But I mean, that makes more sense to me. If at the end of the day, if KD is saying I want to retire from Houston, and I think y'all gonna be good for a long time, I wouldn't mind finishing out my career here. I don't have to necessarily um retire at the top of my game. I don't mind coming off the bench for a couple years and just shooting threes. Okay, cool. Yeah, I can be a deadly sniper. I can come in and just be a sniper and hit threes and pay 3, 4 years just coming off the bench shooting threes for 12 million, $25 million a year. Okay, boom. Then I give him the contract. No problem. No problem. But if he's just saying I want a max deal because I'm Kevin Durant, Brody, we're gonna play this year, and if we get a championship, we'll talk about it. If you get hurt, I ain't standing shit. The only thing I know about stitching is Juanita and them. Juanita and them get some extensions. Juanita and them gonna go down there. They're gonna get some extensions from the for the croquet braids in their head. That's the only extension I know. If we don't win, no, we don't get to know where to cover final. I mean, I don't know, man. If the dude 40, 45, and he wanna be a 3-point sniper, I don't know why he wouldn't. I don't know why he would. I mean, did Ray Allen start when he was in Miami? No, Ray Allen didn't start when he was in Miami, but he made one of the biggest shots in history. That's Jesus Shuttleworth, bro. That's Jesus Shuttleworth. That's Jesus Shuttleworth. And see, this is my thing. That's what happened to these players, bro. What happened to these players' legacy is that when they get to the point to where they can be, I can be a specialist at something. And it's like, oh no, I'm this, I'm that, dude. I can't be a specialist. Yes, you can, bro. You can really sit on the bench and make you nice little piece of change, sitting on the bench and being a specialist. Running off some screens, shooting some threes, catch and shoot threes, just being a floor spacer at 116 feet tall, being a floor spacer and shooting the three. So I don't no thing is I don't see no argument about the contract. I think that's bull. I think that's bull job. That's bull junk, as Dion would say. That's bull that's bull junk. That's that bull junk. Now, I'll tell you about Jabbar. Talk to you quick, but I ain't gonna talk to you slick. So, ooh, that 5 year, that's a 5 year deal, right? And it's gonna start in 2026, 2027 season. It's gonna go through 2030 through 31. No options, no opts out, no opt out. Nobody, no opt out for the player, no opt out for the team. It's all fully guaranteed. Here's the thing. Jabari is 22 years old. The thing about Jabari is Jabari's, like people say, like versatility, switchability, you know, but Jabari's professionalism is always going to be at a premium in the league. Jabari is one of those players that, as long as he's in the league, it's going to be somebody that want him on their team. And this what I was saying the last time I was on the stream. I was saying Jabari has a contract that's very, very tradable. Even though it's a 5 year contract, even it's two players that got tradable contracts. Fred VanVleet and Jabari Smith Jr. Fred's because it's almost over. It's only $25 million. It's 2 years, $25 million. So if you look at a team that say like we need a point guard, we need a point guard and we need a veteran point guard to lead us, get us over the top. Let's say like Indiana. Let's say Milwaukee. And well, Milwaukee don't really work because they would have to give up Giannis, and then that would leave them with Fred VanVleet or somebody. But they would have Fred VanVleet and what's his name, Turner. With Fred VanVleet and Turner, that's not just like an all-star team, but they can make a run if they have that kind of team over there. If you got Fred VanVleet and Miles Turner, you got two serviceable players that could probably make a run if the team around them is good enough on the East, because the East gonna be wide open. But let's say we was to trade Fred VanVleet and Jabari Smith Jr. a bunch of picks for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Let's say they want Fred VanVleet, Jabari Smith Jr., Tara Eason, for Giannis Antetokounmpo, and some picks from Phoenix. That's a tradable deal. Where does Jabari Smith Jr. fit? Right there. His contract is a perfect contract. His contract is a perfect contract. No, it is. It is. His contract is a perfect contract to put with Fred VanVleet 25 million and Jabari Smith uh per year. How much is it per year? 20 million, right? Yeah. That's $45 million. You pair them two contracts up together and throw a Tar Eason in there with with Phoenix draft picks. Now they can trade somebody and go get them a Devin Booker or a Jalen Green or a Devin Booker or whatever. And now they have Fred VanVleet, Jabari Smith Jr., and Devin Booker in Phoenix. I mean in Milwaukee. And a bunch of draft picks. So that's where Jabari Smith Jr. really fit at. They made his contract perfect with Fred VanVleet to where they can go out and get a 45, $50 million player if they need to. Now listen to me now. I'm just telling you what it is. What you have to know about Stone ain't making no money mistakes. He ain't making no money mistakes. He's calculating down to the T. If I do this, this, and this comes available, can I still make that move? So what did he do? He made sure that when he gave Fred his contract and he gave Jabari his contract, that they matched up to where they could still move somebody if Giannis came available. When people thought that, oh well, if we get them to get KD, that's gonna take them out of the runnings for Giannis. No, it's not. It ain't take us out the runnings for no Giannis. Either way we go. If they want Fred and Albert Shangoon, we can do it. If they want Fred and Jabari and Tari, we can do it. See, that's how it worked. Now, if all things considered, and Jabari is on the team, cool. Because Jabari has showed he can come off the bench. Jabari has showed he can be a starter. He can play the four alongside Kevin Durant. That gives you a very um, I want to say lengthy defense where you can take up a lot of space defensively. You got long arms in the lane, the passing lanes. You got to shoot over all these vertical towers, and you got guys who athletic enough to get back. You got tenacious defenders, and you got guys who don't mind stretching the floor. The only one that can't stretch the floor is Armin and LP. Everybody else can shoot the ball from where they want to shoot it from. And I expect that Jabari is planning to extend his shooting range out a foot or two when he's at the top of the key to make more room for Kevin Durant. If Jabari Smith Jr. is planning to be anywhere besides in the corner, you're going to expect him to be extending his shooting range out about another foot and a half, just to make a little bit more space for Kevin Durant to have movement when he catches the ball in the high post. Hey, trade Jabari is crazy, but here's the thing: trading Jabari might be necessary. Would you rather trade Jabari? Would you rather trade Jabari? Or would you rather trade Appy? Would you rather trade Jabari or would you rather trade LP? Mind you, that I said earlier, the thing that makes this team even valuable to KD being here, it ain't Jabari, it's LP. It's LP that makes this team good enough to where if KD comes, it's a championship caliber team. So now, if you say, okay, boom, if I have to make a trade, do I want to trade Jabari or do I want to trade LP? And I know you're saying like, oh shit, but it's Giannis. Man, you think the bar gonna take over when KD leave? He gonna take over what? What he gonna Buck Mall? Buck Mall. You can't be serious, bro.
I don't mean to be rude. I have so many questions.
Question number one. Question number one. How Jabari gonna? I mean, is he gonna take over KD's spot, or is he gonna become the catalyst to the team being successful? Number two. Number two. Number two. Is Jabari gonna take over as far as as far as orchestrating the offense, or is he ever gonna draw a double team? Um, is Jabari gonna take over? I mean, what is he gonna take over? Let me know. Listen. I mean, I don't know everything. Jabari's gonna be the catalyst. Do you play Apex? That's the only catalyst Jabari gonna be. Catalyst on Apex. God dang. That's the only catalyst he gonna be is catalyst on Apex. God dang. That's about it. Nah, bro. Nah, bro. Here's the thing, bro. I haven't seen Jabari make plays for people. I haven't seen Jabari ever be. I haven't seen Jabari ever be like the ball touches his hand and he's able to make plays and make other people around him better. Now, let me tell you, let me clear this up. I'm not knocking Jabari. To me, since he got on the team, Jabari is the most clutch player we have on our team. Even this year, the only person I want to shoot the ball besides KD at the end of the quarters would be Jabari. Don't you throw the ball to Dorian Finney-Smith. Don't you get a ball to Fred Blam Blip. Don't get a ball to Armin Thompson to shoot no fadeaway 10 footers. I don't want LP pulling up in the end of the games. I don't want none of that. The only person I'd rather have shoot the ball, if it's not KD, is Jabari Smith Jr. Big Shot Bari. I started calling him that. Everybody who calling him Big Shot Bari, they got that from me, bro. They got it from me. I started the Big Shot Bari. I'm the one started saying that he was more Robert Ory than he was Otis Thorpe. I was I was the one, bro. I know everybody always talking about they started something, but I heard somebody say, I hate to blow my own horn because if you want your horn blown, you need a friend. But as far as I go, I'm the one started calling Jabari Big Shot Bar. I'm the one when he first started playing, and I say, man, Jabari remind me more of Robert Orr than he do power forward. They should put him at small forward. Now I didn't know he didn't have no wiggle, but guess what? Robert Orr didn't have no wiggle. He just played defense, went slash to the goal and dunked on people and shot the three. Jabari was, let's just say, Jabari and Fred VanVleet were the best players in that playoff series. Nah, Jabari was when Silas was here, but since Udoka, now he hasn't had the opportunity, but I haven't seen it yet. No, listen, he not that, bro. He not that. He not that. Jabari not that boy, man. He's a clutch shooter. He's a clutch shooter. He's a fundamental player, but he's not a LaMarcus Aldridge. He's not a he's more of a like I said, Jabari to me is more of a Rashard Lewis, Robert Ory, you know, catch and shoot 3 and D. That's cool. He not gonna be the guy. He's not gonna be like the guy. They're never gonna run. And now listen. If I was the coach, if I was the coach, would Jabari probably be that boy? Yeah, because I'm running all my shooters off 1,000 screens. I'm running all my shooters off 1,000,000 screens. You Jabari, guess what you get? 1,000 screens. You Steph Curry now. You just running off screens all day long. So yeah, he might be somebody different. But if you got a Greg Popovich, Ime Udoka, you got you a sit in the corner. You go over 2 feet this way, 3 feet that way. You know the ball move when the pick and roll commenced to the pick and roll is initiated, and the ball get down by the free throw line. That person who's at the elbow slides down into the corner for the open three. That's Jabari. If he's not at the top, he's gonna be right there on the elbow. When the ball start going in by the free throw line, he's gonna shift down to the corner and be ready for the open three. That's Jabari. He's not taking over. He's not taking over. The future of this team, bro, is the. Let me tell you something. Now, look,
Don't be alarmed,
I'm
Renique.
finna tell y'all something.
Don't be alarmed, Renique.
If if the Rockets are going to be a contender against teams like OKC, we need Armin and Alperen Sengun to be the future of this team. And guess what else we need? We need Reed Shepard to take a step. That's just a fact. That's just a fact. Now we might get somebody else in a trade package that if they out there scouting and they looking around. I haven't I haven't seen Stone identify talent in the league and get it. Okay. I've seen Stone do a lot of shit so far, but I haven't seen him identify talent within the league and get it. Now, if Stone does a Daryl Morey, like, hey man, the analytics say that this guy is a clear cut number one to play alongside of Armin Thompson and Albert Shangoon, we need to get him, and they get that guy, then I'm sold 100% that we can contend with anybody. But man, look, man, cut me some slack. Cut me some slack. Cut me some slack, bro. Why you don't feel like Reed Shepard can be that boy, man? I ain't saying Reed Shepard got to be um TJ McConnell or nobody. I'm just saying he just got to take a step. He just got to not be a liability. All he got to do is not be a liability and just be a Steve. All all Reed Shepard got to do is be a Steve Kerr, bro. That's it. All you got to do is be able to be playable and hit open threes. That's it. Because your defense is already clear. I mean, your defense is solid. It's decent. It's decent. It's not no, you know, it ain't no. You're not no slouch on defense. But if you're able to just be playable offensively, to where dude's not locking you up just for the sake of locking you up. Oh, here come Reed Shepard, lock him up. He gonna dribble, and then when you go to him, he gonna spin back towards the middle of the court. When he spin back toward the middle of the court, double team collapse on him, turnover automatically. If that's not gonna be, if that's not gonna be the case with Reed Shepard, then what happens is if he's just I can get around my man a little bit enough to get the pass off to the man I need to get the pass to, that's good enough for Reed Shepard to be a good point guard on this team because all they got to do is get the ball past the half court or get the ball when the ball come to him and either shoot the ball or get into the lane and shoot your floater. He gonna be back in the G. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. I don't want to see it. I'm not gonna argue that he's not gonna be back in the G League. But like I said before, I won't know for sure until the preseason. Now, if I come on this thing in the preseason, let me tell you something, Buck Mo. Let me tell you something. Tell you something right now. If I come on this platform in the preseason and I tell you we got a for sure star, I'm gonna tell you what's gonna make me say that. You ready? Okay, listen up, chat. Starters go in the game in preseason. They come out the game. Reed Shepard go in the game. Boom. He come off a screen. He shoot the three. Bam. He make it. If soon as that first screen, he come off that first screen and he fire it up because they're not gonna fight over the screen. They're not gonna fight over the first screen. He's gonna be in the game with somebody that's gonna make them play underneath the screen. If he shoot that first three off the screen, we got a star. Why do I say that? Because that means not only is he studying, that means that the coaches have bought into what he needs to do to be better. Why am I telling you this? Because I seen it in the summer league. I saw when they set him the screen, if that man give him any amount of space, if that man give him any amount of space behind that screen, he need to go ahead and take his step back and fire it up. As soon as he come off that screen, he need to create a little bit of space, fire that shot up. If he do that in the preseason, nah, he gonna miss defensive assignment. But here's the thing: he's not gonna miss a defensive assignment. His problem is he's gonna get beat by his man, and he has to recover to go in and try to dig the ball out. Reed Shepard always gets beat. He gets in his man, get in his man back pocket. He hustling, he's scrapping, he's scribbling, he doing his thing, trying to get in there, dig the ball out. His man's gonna beat him, and then he has to recover. But he anticipates which way his man is going from studying the film, and he gets back to where that man is going, and he usually swipes the ball and get it out. That's cool. That's cool. I think I think what is gonna get him put on the bench is this what's gonna get him put on the bench. He he gets the screen, he goes over the screen, the man goes underneath the screen, and he backs up and wait for the man to get back on him, and then he passed the ball to Al Shango or Clint Capella. And Clint Capella at the 3-point line. Steven Adams come out. Here it is. Steven Adams come out. They do a pick and roll. Steven Adams set him a pick. The pick is right there. And the man goes under the screen. And Reed Shepard takes a step back. And when the man closes out on him, he passes the ball to Steven Adams. You going to the bench. Your ass is gonna be on the bench. I'm gonna tell you where you ass will be. You ass will be on the bench the first time you pass the ball to Steven Adams on the 3-point line. Believe that. I got to do this. Now I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you what's gonna get him on the bench. It might get him all the way back in the G League for sure. For sure. If he passing the ball to centers on the 3-point line, G League. No doubt about it. But as far as this Rockets team being a contender, he's an integral part. He's a very important piece to this Rocket team being a contender. I'm sorry. More than Jabbar. I like Jabbar, bro. I like Jabbar. But let me tell you what you can find anywhere in the league. You can find anywhere in the league a player that was drafted 20. Okay, okay, Buckmo. Let me ask you this: if they said right now, they said we're going to trade Jabari Smith Jr. for Cam Whitmore and a first round draft pick, would you do it? Are you doing that? Are you making that trade? Jabari Smith Jr. for Cam Whitmore and a first round draft pick from Washington right now. You see? You see how long it took you to respond? Because you know, and I know, that it's players that can shoot the ball, that can be impactful on offense. Yeah, Jabari is impactful on defense, and yeah, he can rebound. You not doing that trade? I probably wouldn't do it either. But here's the thing: most people would think about it for a little while. You got to think about that because the first round draft pick could be anybody that you can go out and get you another stretch big that's 6'10" that can shoot and play defense. Because remember, Jabari in college was shooting 41, 42% from three. He's shooting 37% for us. He shot 40 in the playoffs. But I mean,
That's how you supposed to shoot. From now on, that's how you shoot.
and if he's not shooting 40% for us, just being tall and playing defense, bro, come on. Come on, man. Keep it a bean. Keep it a bean. Trade that boy for I'm not gonna say that. I like Jabari Smith Jr., but I'm just saying, you know, I think it's a little bit of hype on Jabari. Let me ask you this. Did you like KJ Martin? How did you feel about KJ Martin when he was on the Rockets? How did you feel about KJ Martin when he was on the Rockets? Did you think KJ Martin was a promising player when he played for the Rockets? Jabbar is going to be bet. I almost choked. KJ Martin was trash. Oh my days. Oh my days.
That's some dysfunctional shit. That's some dysfunctional. That's how you son of a bitch. You done messed up.
There's no way you can say KJ Martin was trash, bro. KJ Martin was a small forward, power forward version of Gary Payton Jr. second. It's really not much of a difference between GP2 or GP3 or whatever his name is and KJ Martin. It's really not much of a difference. It's really not much of a difference. I mean, KJ Martin, KJ Martin was an excellent shot blocker. He was a lob threat, and he was a decent three-point shooter. He shot like 35, 36% from three. I mean, I'd rather have KJ Martin than Jay Sean Tate right now. Right now, I'd rather have KJ Martin than Jay Sean Tate. There's no reason Jay Sean Tate is on this team and KJ Martin is not, other than professionalism, hustle, and all that this and that stuff. Couldn't shoot, couldn't dribble. Yeah, he was all right. He could dribble, he could shoot. I mean, he wasn't the greatest. He didn't have a dribbling bag, but he was making his threes okay. He was making his threes okay to be a small forward, power forward, and he had the crazy boing. He had like crazy bunnies. The dude literally had spatially sprockets in his shoes. This dude literally had a sponsorship with Spacely Sprockets. Well, I don't know what KJ doing now, but I heard he got a little playing time. He getting a little bit. He getting a little burn, whatever. But I mean, overall, overall, I think nah, bro, not trash, not trash. KJ was not trash, bro. KJ was a beloved Rocket, bro. KJ was a beloved Rocket. I don't think nobody wanted to see KJ leave before he reached his potential. And I believe everybody thinks that KJ had a lot more potential than what he was able to live up to. I think trading him away from Houston Rockets stunted his growth because on this team he'd have had one more year to grow and he'd have had time to play with. Think about this: if KJ played under Ime for 2 years, oh my god, oh my days, oh my days, KJ would be crazy playing under Ime. His ability to close out on the baseline three and then get back and then still contest a man. People talking about Time Lord. What's the come on, man? KJ is better than Cam is better than KJ offensively, but defensively, his ability to affect shots around the rim and just get back and contest shots at the cup is crazy. It's crazy to think what KJ was blocking everybody's shot for 2 years. He blocked everybody's shot for 2 years. Anybody who was around that rim, KJ blocked their shot for 2 years. That was just it was automatic. He was gonna get that block. But now, if you're talking about what, you t- oh yeah, most definitely, most definitely. Listen, listen. This right here, I'm not even going. That's it's no discussion. This is no discussion. See, here's the thing. Just because I say Armin ain't better than Alvin Shango, don't mean I don't like Armin Thompson. And and what I'm saying is Armin as a small forward might be better than Alpha Shango right now as a small forward. But as a shooting guard, Armin is not better than Alpha Shango. Listen to what I'm telling you. If Armin Thompson is a shooting guard, guard, shooting guard, he's not better than Alpha Shango. Is he better than KJ? Oh yeah. He better than KJ Martin. He better than I don't know. Nah, KJ wasn't trash though. I'm not gonna give you that one. I'm not even gonna, we're not even gonna play by them rules. I'm not even gonna put that on the screen. I'm not even gonna put that on the screen. We know KJ wasn't trash. First of all, our whole team was trash. Our whole team was trash when KJ was here. And KJ was very promising, bro. His shot blocking ability was very promising. And I do think under the right coaching, he could have been a whole lot better. That's just facts. He could have been a whole lot better. He went to Clippers and then he ended up in Philadelphia. And under Ty Lue, he played a little bit, but when he went to Philadelphia, that was just a bad situation for him. But I think he had family out there or something like that, and so it was okay. But who emerged in the playoff? Armin or LP emerged? First of all, man, I need to define that word. I need to define that word. Yeah, thank you. Finally, somebody with some somebody with some basketball knowledge. Somebody with some basketball knowledge. He may definitely would have kept KJ. Somebody tell me what emerged mean, man. Because as far as emerged in the playoff, all I know about emerge is that means you wasn't there and then you got there. Alpha Shangoon carried us. Alpha Shangoon carried us in the playoffs. There is absolutely no chance to do anything in the playoff if it's not for Alpha Shangoon. If Armin did what Armin did in the playoffs and Alperen Sengun didn't do what he did, what Armin did is obsolete. What Armin did is obsolete without Alperen Sengun. That's what I can tell you about Emerge. Emerge is one guy had to step somewhere. He had to do some stuff to get to where the other guy was. The other guy was already there, and all he had to do was be consistent. And he still played like a titan. Okay. Okay. So basically he came in the view. Yeah, Armin came in the view. He came in the view. But guess what? Guess what LP did? He was already in your face. And he showed why he was in your face. Alperen Sengun showed why he was in your face. He went in the first play of the game and dunked on Draymond first play of the game. I'm in your face. Boom, bang on you. He missed easy buckets, bro. He had the best defensive player of the last decade playing against him, bro. Alperen Sengun was playing against the best defensive player of the last 10 years. Armin was being held by Gary Payton Jr., Steph Curry, Buddy Hield. Um, what's the light skinned brother? Not Curry, but the other light skinned brother. No, I mean, I'm not making what I didn't make no excuses for LP. LP balled out of control. He got us to 7 games. We made it to 7 games because of Alperen Sengun. Nobody else got us there. Nobody else got us to 7 games but LP. Okay. Who else got us to 7 games besides LP? I'm gonna wait.
I don't mean to be rude. I have so many questions.
Who else was I mean, who else battled every single game besides LP?
I don't mean to be rude. I have so many questions.
Did anybody damn near get into a fight that deserved to fight? Like who if I put this on the screen right now, if I put it listen, but if I have to put this on the screen, if I have to put this on the screen, bro, I don't want to do that to you, man, because people gonna see that and they're gonna be like, man, his chat be tripping. I ain't gonna even do that to you. I ain't gonna even do that to you, bro. What you just said right there is blasphemous. That's sacrilege, bro. You cannot say that dude got us to 7 games. He got us to 7 games, or did he play one game well? One game well. He played one game well, bro. Not even good. He played one very good game. Now, here's the part that if you wanted to say Armin defense along with with LP's offense combined to get us to 7 games, then I'm gonna say, boom, you're right. And that's my point. My point is Armin Thompson and Alper Shangoon together make us a contender. But they have to be together. And we have to add a third piece with those guys. In 3 years when Kevin Durant gone, we still gonna need that third piece. 2 years when Kevin Durant gone, we still gonna need that third piece. It's not gonna be Fred VanVleet, and it's not gonna be Jabari Smith Jr. I'm sorry. Jabari Smith Jr. is a great, is a good role player right now. He's a valuable asset. Come on, man. Come on, Brody. Come on, Brody. Don't act like this boy offense ain't legit. Do I got to pull up the tapes? Do I got to pull up the tape to show you how legit this boy offense is? Come on, man. You trolling. Now you trolling me. Now I know you trolling me. I know for a fact you trolling me. I know what it is. You trolling me. And you know what? You is KOD, bro. I know for a fact. I know for a fact. I know for a fact you KOD. That's King, bro. King got a burner account. King got a burner account named Buck Mo. King, King, King got a burner account named Buck Mo, bro. There's no way you're gonna sit there and tell me that it wasn't Al Pachenko on offense that got us. Nobody else was really scoring, bro. Nobody else was scoring. The only people that was scoring consistently was Al Pachenko. That was it. That was it. Jabbar hit a couple of threes. He was averaging like what? 9 points a game. It's Al Pachenko scoring 25, 26 points a game that even keep us in the game. And it's Amin Thompson's defense. You know, DB getting you whatever he getting you 10, 15 points, you know, what? Tari coming in doing a little something here and again, and Steven Adams. So yeah, defensively, what kept us in the game, but that's LP also. Defensively, keeping us in the game. Defensively and offensively, keeping us in the game. It has nothing to do with Jabari Smith Jr. keeping us in the game, bro. Jabari is not better than LP. Just forget about it. Just forget about that one. Forget about that one. You had me going for a little while when you were saying, you know, Almond is more valuable than LP because I can see why that's a a statement to be made. It's something that you can consider. Um, and I wouldn't argue with you about it. I would debate you on it. I would debate you on it. But if you say who's the most, you know, important player on the Rockets right now, it's a debate whether it's Alperen or Armin, because you could get rid of Alperen Şengün and you can say, hey, what if you got Kevin Durant and you bring in Giannis, you don't really need Alperen Şengün. Okay, but guess what? If you get rid of Kevin Durant and you got Armin, Alperen Şengün, and Giannis, you still can win a title. So guess who's not? Guess who's really, really, really not the most important overall? Let me tell you who's not the most important person on the team. Kevin Durant. The person who is the not most important person on this team is Kevin Durant. The most important two people on this team are Alperen Şengün and Amin Thompson. That's just what it is. Because in 2 years, if Kevin Durant is the best person on this team, you about to have to start rebuilding. You about to have to start rebuilding. That's just what it is. Like rebuilding, yeah, yeah. Because here's the facts. The facts is Reed Shepard has to take a step up. Reed Shepard has to take a step up. He don't have to. First of all, I think if Reed scores 12 points a game, I think he averaged 9 last year. Reed Shepard has to get up to about 12 to 14 points a game to really be impactful. Almond has to get up to about 17 to 19 points a game to really make a jump. Al Pachenko has to go from like 19 to like 23 to really be impactful. With that being said, Kevin Durant is going to do what Kevin Durant does. 27, 26, 25. Don't matter. It's 2 points. It's 2 points. If he scores 25 or he scores 27, it's only 2 points different. You can find somebody to score 25 points a game. And you can find somebody to score 25 points a game efficiently. Why do I say that? Because according to Buckmo, Jabari Smith can go from 13 to 20 efficiently if the offense, you know, if offensively is structured that way. So not see here's the thing. I don't want to make it seem like I got a problem with Kevin Durant. I don't. It's not nothing against Kevin Durant. It's just saying that in 2 years, he's not the most valuable person on this team. He's the most valuable person for these 2 years, for this one, really for this 1 year. For just this year, Kevin Durant is the most valuable person on the team. Next year, he's not the most valuable person on this team. Next year, the most valuable person on the team better be Alperen Sengun or Amin Thompson. I think Amin could be an all-star this year, but he's playing the guard. He's a guard. Let's count the guards in the West. Is Kyrie playing this year? I don't know if Kyrie's going to be playing before the All-Star break. Dame, he's not playing before the All-Star break. But you do got Jalen and Devin Booker. Those 2 guards. You do got Luka and Curry. That's 4 guards. You got De'Aaron Fox. That's 6 guards. Who else on the West? Ja. That's 7 guards. So you see the problem with Amin? It's 7 guards that's already all-star potential guards in the West. There's Luka, Devin Booker, De'Aaron Fox, Steph Curry, Ja Morant, who else? Oh, De'Aaron Fox. That's 6. So that's 6 guards on the West right there, just all-star guards. I'm missing somebody. But anyway, that's 6 guards on the West. Now you look at your forwards. Wide open. It's wide open. You got LeBron, Anthony Davis. Where your other forwards at? Well, Kevin Durant, all-star. Now let's go to your centers. You got Joker, you got AD, you got Alperen Sengun. Right. But it's so many guards that Armin is not gonna make the All-Star team. So that's the problem with Armin making the All-Star team, which is why I said they would really miss the game up if they listed Kevin Durant as a guard. If they listed Kevin Durant as a guard and listed Armin as a forward, then that would force them to let Kevin Durant make the All-Star team as a guard. And that would open up the gate for Armin to be an All-Star. That's just me being me. See, if Kevin Durant listed himself as a shooting guard, then he's gonna beat out. It'll be Luka, Steph Curry, Ja Morant, Booker, KD. Them will be your 5 top contenders for guards. Well, Kevin Durant will beat out Booker. Kevin Durant will beat out Booker. He might beat out Ja. He's not gonna beat out Luka. He's not gonna beat out Curry. So Kevin Durant could beat out some of those guards where Armin can't beat out those guards. And then when they come to your forwards, boom, Armin slide right in. Because the only person you really got is Anthony Edwards, Anthony Davis, you know, that's really it. And LeBron James. Anthony Davis, Anthony Edwards, LeBron James, where KD will be right there at the four. I don't really know who else come in at the four. Maybe Zion if he healthy. But Armin will be able to fight his way. And Armin could probably slide in there as a four, as a three, and make an all-star game this year. But Alvin Sengun is gonna be an all-star as long as he continues to excel and the defense is still solidified and he putting up 20 and 10 and 5 and the block or so, 2 blocks a game. Alvin Sengun is gonna be an all-star. That's just facts. Now, with that being said, take y'all down a quick recap of where I'm at with mine. Don't don't believe the hype, bro. Don't believe the hype. Okay. When people start talking about Kevin Durant gonna hold out or contract talks and this and that, that's just people just clickbaiting the shit out of y'all for no reason. That's just people clickbaiting y'all. And over here in the Rockets, the Rocket sphere, y'all can't. There's no way y'all really can believe that that's a real issue. That man gonna get his bag. He gonna get enough money to where he want to stay put in Houston. That man looked around and he said, "Damn, Clayton went to Dallas and pulled up on Megan Thee Stallion. What I could have did if I was in Houston." Nah, but he got in one of them ones though. I ain't gonna lie. Kevin Durant got in one of them ones. I seen what Kevin Durant working on, but I ain't trying to be out in the man business. But hey, look, this my point. My point is that man ain't come all the way to Houston just to leave and go move somewhere else. That's not what it was. What this was about. It wasn't about him coming here, getting no max extension, and then having to move 2 years from there and go somewhere. I mean, if it is, it is. If it ain't, it ain't. But he can come here and be, the bus driver, so to speak, for these 2 years and contend for a championship. But overall, when them 2 years is over with, he can go to be Robin for a team that, hey, just like LeBron wanted AD to take control of the team, and it took them trading AD and getting Luca before somebody finally got there. And now it's like, oh, well, LeBron want to leave because they got a person who can take over the team. See, that's how they run these narratives on y'all, and they keep y'all into this little psyop, this little mind, you know, um, conjugation. They got y'all in this little mind conjugation where they keep masturbating y'all brain into these little systems of thought process where it's like LeBron wanted AD to take over the Lakers. AD never took over. They traded AD to the Mavericks, and now they saying that LeBron is mad because they got somebody who can take over the Lakers. That don't make sense. That don't make sense. So now KD wants to go to somewhere where he can finish out his career on top. So he gets somewhere where he can finish out his career playing good basketball. Oh, KD just want to hoop. He don't want to be the leader. He just want to hoop. They say this shit to death. They say this shit to death. Guess what else they say? Roll out the ball and get a bucket. You can just roll out the ball and get a bucket. They say this shit to death, bro.
Don't
I
be
get so
alarmed,
tired of hearing
Renee.
them say roll out the ball. They should name this nigga roll out the ball. And get a bucket. That should be his first, last, and middle name. Roll out the ball and get a bucket is his last name. They say this shit over and over and over again. But now he's finally somewhere where he can roll out the ball and get a damn bucket And now they saying, yeah, but he want max contract, and if he don't get it, it's gonna cause problems in Houston. That's not true. That's not true. He is where he wants to be. All he got to do is just hoop. Just hoop. Now you can't have it both ways. Two things can be true at the same time, but you can't have it both ways. Can't have it both ways. You can't say the man don't want to be a leader, but then he got a leader. He got email. You can't say the man just want to hoop. All he got to do is hoop. He don't got to do nothing. But say if come out here, they roll out the ball to him, he get a bucket, he go sit on the bench. Get your money. You don't have to worry about none of that nonsense what people talking about. You can sit back on your Twitter finger and you can clap back at people who shooting shots at your game or whatever. They say KD ain't a leader. You can come on there and say boom, 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 say whatever you gotta say. That's cool. He is in that type of position right now. Why would a couple $1 million make him change? He's gonna get that money anyway. He's gonna get that money anyway. My only thing is it to a point to where he says, "Hey, look, go ahead and pay me this. I'm gonna take less down the line from you, like Fred VanVleet did. Go ahead and pay me the full thing right now, and then, when my time when this contract is up, I'll sign for y'all for the pennies on the dollar." Is that what he's saying, or is he saying, "Hey, look, just go ahead and let them run the little gambit. They're gonna say whatever they're gonna say, and then I'm still gonna work something out with y'all anyway." Or he's saying, "Hey, we just gonna do the regular negotiation, business, straight out business, and we'll let y'all deal with Tari Eason if Tari Eason got to go somewhere or not." See, these are three options. But I don't think at all it's a matter of it being any kind of turmoil in Houston Rockets world. Raphael Stone has shown that he is um hella, hella precise as far as tracking these numbers down to the last penny and saying, at the end of the day, not only have I tracked what I have to do, I also track what I might want to do in the future, down to the last penny. And if this don't work, I can do this. If this don't work, I can do that. If this don't work, I can do that. He's looking at his money like a manager. It's not called general, you know, money fuck off. It's called general manager. He's managing the money down to a T. And this is why I don't feel like all the people in this little narrative about Kevin Durant and the contract is really being authentic. I think they're just talking about something because they want to talk about something about the Rockets. And instead of just talking about something that's important, they just following the narrative. It's not realistic. It's not realistic to say Raphael Stone did all this juggling numbers to all of a sudden have a problem with Kevin Durant going into the year and it actually being a problem. It's just not real. So now, if you made it this far in the stream and you thinking about what I'm saying, you can hit the like, hit the subscribe if you haven't. Also, this is what I want you to do. Check out my other videos that I got on my channel. I just dropped two short mini docs, one on Albert Shangon and one on Amin Thompson. Mini docs. I'm dropping the mini docs. Um, I will probably. I was gonna do a um, schedule tracker and just go over the schedule and just calculate how many wins and losses. I probably do that on my next stream, but I just looked at it and it looked hella easy coming out the gate, which is good for us. We can get off to a hell of a start, and that way the guys who need rest in the middle of the season can rest on games that we supposed to lose anyway, which is good for me. You know what I mean? Like, go ahead and get those wins when you're supposed to get them, and then when you need guys to sit down, and we got 5 or 6 games that we might lose, let them go ahead and sit the hell down and go ahead and don't even worry about it. That's what I was telling. I think that was KOD we was talking about, and I was like, oh no, that was on Greenleaf. Shout out to Greenleaf, man, and shout out to Chop Shop. You know what I mean? Locked on Rockets, all the platforms, man. Will and Brother, all the Houston Rockets platform. They're bringing out good information, digest, putting out Yeah, putting out information, even though some of it be about the contract, and I believe that's hype. But shout out to everybody who putting out Rockets information, man. We need all the information we can get about these Rockets right now because this is our year. This is our year to win a championship. We can sneak one in. We can creep in the back door, bust them across the head before they even know we did it. But this is my point. Um, I was saying that I think like if we have games that's difficult to where we might lose, I think those are the games that we should sit players. I believe that games that we might lose anyway, you know, Scott Foster refereeing the game against Denver Nuggets in Denver, high altitude plus Scott Foster plus Joker, Kevin Durant just chill. Don't even play. Don't even play because we don't. Ain't no point of risking you being tired up there in the altitude. Plus Scott Foster, plus Joker scoring 50 and 60, 50 points and 60 rebounds and 96 assists, and you still losing, and you about to die, and you're 78 years old. No point. No point in it. What's a turn? What's a run around on those kind of days, and we'll just play Reed Shepherd and Dorian Finney-Smith. It's no like those kind of games, especially on the back to back. Those are the games that I would look at sitting people. You know, especially if you have like, oh, we got to play Denver, and then we got to turn around and play Portland. Then we got to turn around and play the Clippers, and then we're going back to LA, and then we're going to Utah. Okay, I want you to play against Portland. I want you to play against Utah. I want you to play against Clippers and maybe LA. But as far as playing that Denver game, I don't even want to see you in Denver. We can throw that. We throwing that game. Kevin Durant, he broke a fingernail. I don't even want you out there. See, because that's a game we might lose anyway. And if we're not gonna lose it, guess who's gonna have to beat them? It's gonna have to be LP and Armin anyway. So if Alpert Armin and Dorian Finney-Smith and Fred VanVleet can beat them, beat them. If you can't, so what? So what? I'm not gonna put Kevin Durant out there to go out there and get hurt and be out there breathing and stuff. You trying to breathe and stuff at 50 in Denver? Nah, bro. Nah, bro. I ain't gonna even do it. So, but anyway, I'm gonna look at the schedule. I'm gonna bring out the schedule. I'm gonna bust that out, and I'm gonna go game for game, and we'll look at what we think our record gonna be. If you're in the chat still, put what you think the record gonna be. I had us I did take the over for I think it was 54.5. I took the over on that. I definitely think we over 55 wins, 55 or over. I definitely think that. But I didn't really go through game for game. But I'm smacking the over all day on 55 wins. Um, you could put in the chat if you think over 55, how many wins you think we're gonna get. And you can let me know what seed you think we're gonna be. So let's do this. What seed you think we're gonna be, Buckmo? Where you think we're gonna place? Where you think we're gonna rank at? Think we're gonna be in the top two, three seeds? Two, three, four? Let's see. So I actually think if it's up to me, I was under the impression that I was like, if we hit two again, cool. If we hit three again, cool. If we hit four again, cool. But then after looking at it, I was like, that two seed gets sketchy. That two seed got our asses ousted last year. You know, that number one seed wins 62.4% of the time wins the championship. Listen at these stats. The number one seed wins 62.4% of the time. And then the number two seed only wins like 20%. So that's how much it drops from one to two. The number two seed wins like 20% of the time. So it's stupid crazy drop off between um from 1 and 2. From 62 to like 20 is just a stupid drop off. So I think if we get to the number one seed, we safe. I think if we get to number one seed, even though, we did live through years where the Rockets was number one seed, but those was our best chances to win too. That year we was the one seed, that was our best chance to win if players don't get hurt. Oh Lord, don't even get me started on the getting hurt shit. And I wanna ask players this, man. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think in the comments about this. Is skill so important that you will risk a player that's available to have a player that might not even be available just because he's good? That's like saying, you know, um, if I can have uh I don't even know. I can't even put it in context. Well, it's the Anthony Davis thing in it. I mean, if you really want to think about it, it's the Chris Paul, it's the Kevin Durant, it's the Anthony Davis. You know, it's saying if I can have a player that's excellent while he's on the floor, I will give up a Jalen Green. It's funny because when the debate, we did the debate, James Harden. The one thing that KOD did not use against me is the one thing that would have killed my whole argument. Is that he played every game. Is that he played every game. And obviously Kevin Murphy played every game too. But the the thing that hurts Houston Rockets fans the most, injuries. Injuries. We just hate to see players not out there. I mean, I can live with anything. I can live with anything if we lose. Come on here and make 1,000 excuses. I will literally pull up every missed call by the referee, the 2-minute report, everything if we lose. But if your ass ain't on the court, you don't give me no ammo to fight with. We just a trash team if you ain't on the court. And that's my biggest fear. But anyway, man, you know, we finna get out of here. Um, I appreciate chat for sticking with me. Buckmo, shout out to Buckmo. Let's see who else was in the chat. Higher Heights, man. Shout out to Higher Heights, man. Higher Heights stopping through. Effing with your boy, man. That's a good look for you. Let me see where we at. Rich Bays. Shout out to Rich Bays, man. We up, we up, we up. D Gal. Shout out D Gal, man. We up, we up, we up, we up. Scope. That boy Scope came through capping earlier, man. That boy Scope came through capping, man. Shout out to that boy Scope. Shout out to KOD, man. We're trying to see if we can get that boy his original title back. I don't know how we gonna do that, man, but he steady ducking the next debate. He ducking me on that next debate. He been ducking. He said he was gonna be on a boat and shit. I said, man, we gonna make the next debate, man, cause everybody's scared to debate me, man. You gonna make the next debate? And he was like, yeah, man, I'm gonna be on the boat, man, for about 3 weeks. And then I was like, all right, man, just let me know when you come back off when you come back off vacation. But that man, shout out to that nigga, man. That boy that's so real, man. We keep it live, man. Look, you don't want to miss none of these topics that's coming up. Matter of fact, you don't want to miss nothing that go down on this channel, man, because all we gonna do here is bring it to you uncut, unfiltered. You better know what you heard, man. You been warned, stay on red alert, tap in, turn it on, stay lit. Rockets red alert signing off, man. Shout out to the chat, shout out to everybody who pulled up, man. One love, keep God first. Peace, we out.